So each group of students has prepared a thesis on a topic from Omnibus and then supported it with reasons and evidence such as examples, analogies, and expert opinions. First up.
In this debate, our topic will be from the book Till We Have Faces by C.S. Lewis.
Till We Have Faces is about the main character Oral and her sister Psyche.
In the first part of the book, Psyche gets sacrificed to the gods, to her loving sister Oral's horror.
The second part of the book is about Oral grieving her losses of her sister and getting over her obsessive love towards Psyche.
Also in this part, Oral goes up to the mountain to bury Psyche's bones, but instead finds Psyche herself.
She also sees a glimpse of Psyche's invisible castle, of which we will be debating tonight.
I think that Psyche's castle is real, because she could not have survived so long on the mountain with no shelter. She had been gone for nearly a week.
I believe that her castle is not real because at first Oral could not see it or feel it at all until she bent down to take a drink, and then she saw a glimpse of the castle.
Oral did only see a glimpse, but it is possible that only the gods could see the castle. We are, of course, assuming that the Greek gods are real, just for storytelling purposes.
But she only saw the castle for a few seconds, so that makes me believe that it was just her imagination.
Even though she only saw it for just a second, does that make it any less real?
It makes it less real because she only saw it for a second. When she stood up, it disappeared. Even when she bent down again, she still couldn't see it, which could have been Oral's imagination.
Psyche described it so vividly, though, and it would be so hard to imagine something that wonderful.
In conclusion, I believe that Psyche's castle is not real because Oral could not see it or touch it. Psyche was out in the wild for so long that she could have been crazy by then.
On the other hand, I think Psyche's castle is real, because Oral really did see it. The gods just blinded her eyes for the rest of the time. But you decide, was the castle real or not?
But the Iliad is so revolting. I mean, the Greeks won the Trojan War. How bizarre is that?
No. The Greeks won and should have won the war.
What? The Trojans should have won the war. After all, it was Greece who invaded Troy.
Yeah, right. Paris gave Aphrodite the apple, while she was saying, I will give you Helen.
Aphrodite stole Helen to give her to Paris. Remember, Paris was just a shepherd boy. The goddess of discord gave Paris the gold apple for him to choose the fairest goddess. He chose Aphrodite because she was going to give him a beautiful wife.
Oh, so now you're blaming the goddess of discord?
No, I'm still blaming Aphrodite. She stole Helen.
That is a lie. Paris stole Helen. Aphrodite just gave her permission so she could have the apple. And Hector killed Patroclus.
So, your Achilles killed Hector. Come on, he dragged him around the city.
That's not that bad.
By his hair.
Oh, well.
Ha, Greeks are stupid. You're just like Helen who started this war.
You're just like Paris who really started this war. Helen did nothing when Paris came and stole her. You know what? You're just jealous because the Greeks won. Do you know why they won? Because they had mighty warriors. Unlike you.
That's not true. They both had mighty warriors. The reason the Greeks won is because they were sly and sneaky and snuck into the city with the help of a wooden horse. They all hid inside it, and at night they killed everyone and burned the city.
Well, at least the Greeks didn't steal women like the Trojans.
Only Paris stole a girl, so you can't judge all of Troy because of one person.
Still, our Greeks killed a lot of Trojans. And your Hector.
That's still no good reason.
You know what? At least we can agree on one thing. That this war is just as stupid as their war. It's like two children fighting.
You're right. Let's go and get some coffee together.
I believe that Psyche should not have been sacrificed for 4 reasons. Well, before I tell you my reasons, I would like to give some background on Psyche's life. Well, she was very beautiful, and so the people thought that she was a goddess. They asked her to touch the sick and heal them, so she did. Then the people got scared, thought she had the plague, and said that she should be sacrificed. I don't think she should. My opponent does. Here are my reasons. Number 1, she wasn't really a goddess. Number 2, it's not a crime to be beautiful. Number 4, people asked, 3. They shouldn't have been so quick to blame her when they were mostly to blame. And number 4, the people asked her to kill them, so it wasn't all their fault. Therefore, Psyche should not have been sacrificed.
I am objecting to Claudia's reasons, but for time's sake, I will only object to numbers 3 and 4. But first, I would like to state my reasons. 1. She was acting like a goddess to get attention. 2. If she was making people sick, then she must be carrying a disease, so she must be sacrificed to keep it away from the people. 3. Goddesses are usually very beautiful, so it is not surprising that they thought she was a goddess, like Athena and Aphrodite and many more. And finally, the people asked her to heal them because they thought she was a goddess, but she was only pretending. Claudia, would you please restate your third reason?
Yes. They shouldn't have been so quick to blame her when they were mostly to blame.
I agree they shouldn't be so quick to blame her, but after she touched them, they got sick. And so they put 2 and 2 together and figured out she was making them sick and sacrificed her. Claudia, would you read number 4, please?
The people asked her to heal them, so it wasn't all her fault.
They did ask her to heal them, but she was only pretending to be a goddess and spread sickness to everyone around her. Therefore, Psyche should have been sacrificed.
I am objecting to my opponent's reasons of number 2 and number 3. Grace, would you please repeat number 2?
If she was making people sick, she must be carrying a disease, so she must be sacrificed to keep it away from the people.
It is not proof that she was sick and causing it. She just touched them, and they didn't automatically get it a few hours later. It could have happened from an animal or a bird or anything. And could you repeat number 3, please?
Goddesses are usually very beautiful, so it is not surprising they thought she was a goddess, like Athena and Aphrodite and many more.
Not necessarily. Ungia and Hera were goddesses, but they were very ugly.
I said they were usually very beautiful, not all the time.
Oh, well. Now I'm going to restate my reasons. Number 1, Psyche was just a mortal who was just trying to help them when they begged her to heal them. Number 2, it is not a crime to be pretty. There were people who were pretty back then, such as her sister, but she wasn't a goddess. And number 3, it was wrong of them to beg her to heal them, and then, if they didn't get exactly what they wanted, to sacrifice her. My conclusion is that Psyche was sacrificed unjustly.